First thing up we have on the show is a weekly Muse, where we are going to be digging in a little bit to some recent news I heard about Netflix starting a gaming service as part of their
Because,
Middle Earth service.
the thing to do these days is start a streaming service.
Exactly.
That's why, for the old show, we had Delve Plus.
That's right. And Delve After Hours? Delve fans? Delve only fans?
That's not a streaming service. That's something different. We're not going to get into
Ooh.
that
Yeah, that's
right
something
now.
totally different. But
You have to be a patron to get into the Delve After Hours.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, you become a patron. We'll see. There's no guarantees. But the news was mostly that they're going to have a limited selection of games that are going to be part of the Netflix subscription, and right now it is only going to be Android, so these are just your, mobile applications.
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird when you had mentioned this, a game streaming service from mobile.
Yeah, I think that might just be because the actual number of games and what they are offering is very limited anyway, and they happen to just be mobile games, so they figured that's what they were going to do.
I mean, I too would love to play Clash of Clans streaming to my phone.
Oh, yes. That would be good.
Do you think they'll partner with Raid Shadow Legends?
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That way you don't have to install it on your phone, you just stream it to your phone.
Oh, that would be fun. I think you might still need the Netflix app.
I don't know. I don't use Netflix.
That's fair. The library, though, I'm going to give you the full library at launch.
Full at launch.
Full launch.
How many exclusives do we have, Epic?
Oh. No, not Epic. But this is the entire launch library that we are looking at for Netflix gaming. Okay. Stranger Things 1984. Stranger Things 3 the game. Shooting
3? What happened to the first two?
Well, the 1984 one I think was supposed to be based off the first game, and then the second one, well, they were like, meh. So they just started 3 instead. Shooting Hoops, Card Blast, and Teeter Up.
First of all, what the hell is Teeter Up?
I think you're on a teeter-totter. I'm gonna just say maybe it's a teeter-totter game.
It's just a physics game where you tilt your phone.
It's just a physics game where you tilt your phone.
Okay.
I will look it up for you.
Yeah, do that. I would like to know.
I'm kind of scared. But maybe they will actually teeter up apps on. Well, okay. Okay, available exclusively for Netflix members. Your mission is to maneuver a platform to guide a ball into a hole. No Oh, I think I know what kind of game this is.
It's like a maze game.
I think this is like the Remember when they used to have those, like, the wooden ones where you could take the little knobs and move them back and forth to, like, so it's like Monkey Ball, like Super Monkey Ball-ish.
So it's like the maze, the plastic mazes with a little metal ball in it that you have to get in the hole.
Yeah, it's a ball, a platform,
except it's
and
on
a
your
hole.
phone.
Yeah.
So it's, again, as I was saying, you're probably just actually using your phone's
you're probably
gyroscope.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
cool.
I guess that's neat enough for a phone app, but also, do you really need a streaming service for that?
Probably not. I love how they describe Teeter Up, though. This is terrific. I'm going to give you the description because, man...
It's riveting, isn't it?
It's riveting. It is maneuver a platform to guide a ball into a hole. No dragons, no monsters. Your only enemies are gravity and the laws of physics. A ball... Yeah, what?
I would like to have dragons.
It would have... I don't think they're selling this very well.
No.
But here this sounds like somebody at an ad agency designed this description. It's great. A ball, a platform, and a hole. Simple on their own, but altogether magical. Teeter is a beautiful combination of impeccable design and innovative game mechanics that provide players with a singular experience. It's an elegant game of whimsy and delight, with enhanced controls for 3D touch supported devices. And don't forget to shake your phone for a surprise. Guiding a ball into a hole has never been more innovative, challenging, or super fun. That sounds riveting.
This is like ball and cup.
Yeah.
Someone trying to sell ball and cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain the amazing game of hoop and stick. Hoops, sticks, by themselves, not so great, but when they come together, magical and whimsy. It's pretty incredible.
Stick and ball. On their own.
Cup and ball.
Boring.
Yeah.
Together? Baseball.
Also, drinking game. Yeah, I don't really know if this is necessarily as innovative as they want it to be, but I mean, this is what you got, folks. This is what you got. Now,
You're gonna need to find a really, like, low poly GIF or something to insert into the video here
yeah,
of just some shitty looking maze game.
cups, balls, mazes, something good.
Something to put here to simulate our enthusiasm at what we assume this will look like.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing that's really weird is that I do remember playing, like, the Stranger Things games a little bit.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And those are made to look like 80s pixel graphic, top-down, almost Zelda-like games. Like, that's kind of what they go for.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there at least one of them was like that, and then the other one was more like a turn-based RPG using characters from the show, and it was still all pixel graphics. But
Do you think we can do a turn-based RPG ball and gravity maze type game?
oh, I would love that. That would be great. You could do it almost like, remember the old dungeon crawlers? Where you could move forward and back and left and right and those...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you do not encounter monsters or dragons while you are going through that maze.
Perfect.
You just encounter legends.
I'm signing up for Netflix now.
Yeah,
I need me some teeter.
You need some teeter. Gonna be a good day, teeter. The only monsters that you actually encounter while you're doing this, like, turn-based, like, dungeon crawl is the ledges. And when you do the ledges, you have to do, like, rolls to make sure you don't fall off the ledge, and this is the dungeon crawling.
You know what would make this game sell even better? Is you're a ball, and you need to try and crush the party a la Indiana Jones style.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good. That would be really neat.
It'll be the total pebble knockdown we expected all along.
Yeah, the total pebble knockdown was coming from inside the mobile device. What I'm really trying to work out in my head, though, is gravity's cool, but the dragons and the monsters would have been better, frankly. I don't really know what they were thinking there. I'm mostly trying to figure out what the majority of the titles are going to be. They're not going to survive on 5 games to make this work. There's going to have to be more. I think what people are speculating about right now seems to be, is it just going to be franchises that are based off of, like, Netflix shows and series?
Boy, that sounds boring.
Yeah. Yeah, not good. Oh my, hey, you know what would be great? They could make one based on Squid Game.
I was just thinking that. I was going to say
Yes.
Squid Game, the game.
The game. Squid Game, the game.
Squid the game. You're a squid now, you're a game now.
Oh, you know what they could do? They could do those exclusively for, what was the Galaxy Note that would explode? Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. They
The
make
7.
7, yeah. The Note 7. They just make it exclusively for that, and then if you fail, the phone explodes.
Perfect.
That's...
That means it's like Operation, where if you hit the sides,
yeah.
it buzzes. Except this time, if you hit the sides, it just
It explodes. That was the real Squid Game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why
I've never
explodes.
seen it. I don't know anything about Squid Game, so
Okay, yeah.
we're assuming this is Squid Game now.
Everything is a Squid Game now. Maybe we should try doing the Squid Game. No, I don't think it ended well.
No idea. I don't watch anime.
It's
I know. I watch anime. I'm joking.
no, it's that it wasn't an anime show. It was a
know.
live action show.
I know.
Yeah.
You missed everything.
I wasn't sure if you were making a joke or.
Everything I say is a joke, Nathan.
This is
Everything.
true. Fair enough. The current support, of course, is for Android devices. But if you don't have either an Android phone or tablet, you won't be able to take advantage of the amazing game library available over at Netflix.
I feel like most tablets that people have are not Android. I feel like Apple kind of corners that market better.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that have Android devices, though.
As tablets?
Oh, as tablets? No. iPads are pretty
Yeah.
much standard for those.
Yeah.
You, according to the Digital Trends article, too, that I just pulled up, you cannot connect a controller to your TV or play them in any way on PC either. They're really, really selling me on this service.
Okay, missed opportunity streaming this to your TV.
Yeah.
Because a lot of TVs are smart TVs, and they're pretty smart. And I'm pretty sure these games are not really graphics heavy.
No, and also most people have the Netflix on their television already, so that's where their subscription
and
is.
it's usually the Netflix app on the TV these days because smart TVs.
Yeah.
So why not if you can what about can you like cast the game from your phone to your TV so you can play with your phone but have it projected on the TV? Can you do that? Because that would be neat.
Okay, well, it says it's possible more devices will be supported in the future, but there's no official mention of those plans. They do note that some games will require you to be connected to the internet to play. Others can be played offline, anywhere.
Oh, okay.
And so no additional fees to your current Netflix subscription, but they don't mention anything about being able to do a cast. Although I would imagine that if you're on your mobile and you just, you cast it to your television, it would just show you what's on your mobile phone on your television.
Yeah. I mean, even so,
guess.
it'd be like, yay, upscaling.
Upscaling a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting resolution issue. But the thing is, what's interesting about Netflix doing this is just that whenever a subscription service or a streaming service comes along, we always talk about it's the Netflix of whatever, because they kind of started this whole streaming thing, or at least they were the ones that really popularized it. And now Netflix is like, yeah, but we could just be the Netflix of gaming instead of like Game Pass or any of those. But
we can call it something worse.
Yeah, it's the Netflix of gaming that's Netflix, but also not as good. While I was looking through those, though, I started to realize that, boy, streaming and the cloud services that are coming out right now for gaming seems to be just getting kind of to be a crowded market.
Everyone's trying to get in on the same floor.
Everyone's trying to get in on the same floor, and the whole buzzword that we're hearing right now is just the cloud gaming more than anything.
Well, I mean, I have YouTube Premium.
Sure.
And they sent me an email. They're like, hey, you want 3 months of Stadia? I'm like,
No.
not really. It's like, it's free. And I'm like,
yeah, great. Don't
plan on using it. Thanks. No. And then NVIDIA has their own gaming streaming as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess for PC gaming, it's interesting because you could, we were talking a little bit before, you can kind of have a potato on your end.
Yeah.
As long as your internet connection is good, I believe you can use these streaming services for gaming, cloud gaming, to play a game on their back end. But then you're paying like a subscription for it. And I believe with like NVIDIA, I think they might have had a free plan for like an hour of time.
Sure.
So like you can play for an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Which I guess if you only want a limited gaming budget, then sure.
Yeah.
But then I think if you had like a premium plan, it was like up to 6 hours. I'm like, or I could just have a PC that runs these games and buy the games and then play them as much as I want.
Right. Because now you own them.
Maybe this is a good idea since the current GPU market is
Crazy?
absolute shit.
You don't want to pay as much as you would pay for a car so you can get the top tier graphics card.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't have a top tier
Yeah.
graphics card.
Because the ironic thing is, once all of you finally get your hands on the 3090 GTXs that NVIDIA was coming out with, they'll just come out with a better one, and you will be out something like, what, $3,500 or some insane amount.
Something like that.
Yeah, some crazy amount. I'm hoping that they're going down. I mean, they do. The one that I have in this computer is a 20 series, but it was nowhere near that kind of cost, and runs things just perfectly fine. The 2060 that I have in here will run, like, technically this will run Cyberpunk just fine.
Sure.
And can technically even do, although on lower settings, will even do it with the ray tracing.
Wow. Will it run Crisis though?
It will. I'm pretty sure it will run Crisis. I'm pretty sure. And so it's not a 30 series, but it does pretty well. The other one that had popped up that was also about the cloud gaming was about Sega and Microsoft partnering up to develop the super games. Of course, they don't really mention what the super games are going to be, just a lot of speculation. They're going to be super. But there was Microsoft is building a cloud platform that is called Azure. So they're getting into.
Don't they already have Stadia?
Well, apparently, is Stadia. Now I got to think about that, because Stadia was going to be like an actual game box, but it was streamed from the game box. I think Azure is just like an online platform by itself.
Okay, but why would I buy both then?
I don't know.
Sell one. Don't sell both.
Yeah. Maybe they're just rebranding and deciding to go in a different direction since Stadia was such a bust. I think that might have been the last ditch effort. They're just like, can we give it away for free? And it's like, I don't know.
Kind of like Google Homes.
Yeah, Google Homes. All of these great ideas. So one of the things that came up too, because then I started thinking about like how many streaming services are there actually for gaming. And a couple years back, they had an article from The Verge that was about 15 game streaming services you could try before Stadia arrived. So I don't really know. Google's service is only the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, apparently it is. I don't know if most of these really succeeded because I don't know a lot of people that actually use streaming services. I think they like to be able to play locally. But I understand that with that graphic card market and with the price of like a high-end gaming PC to run some of the new stuff, the enticement of being able to like basically pick up your phone and play a new release in 4K Ultra HD is a pretty enticing one when I don't have to buy the hardware.
Here's the thing. I don't know how many people that aren't like PC gamers that want to play PC games that don't have a good system.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like most people who would want to play computer games would have a halfway decent computer.
Yeah.
Like, if that's something they're into and they want to play these games, they're either going to have a console or they're going to have a PC. Right. I feel like most people who want to play PC games don't have potato PCs.
No.
And if they do, they go, oh, I want to play this game. Guess I need a new PC for that. Guess I'll go out and get a new PC kind of deal. Yeah, I don't feel like many people that can't run the games. I don't know how these services do.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm off the mark completely. Maybe it's a really big market. I don't know.
I think anytime you have something that's new, you're going to have people that are going to be early adapters, and you're going to have a lot of people that are just kind of waiting to see what it shakes out at, because remember once upon a time when online gaming was like this new thing. Like, the very idea of, especially on consoles, playing online with multiple people was like this brand new market, and it wasn't very good at the beginning.
No.
It was laggy, and it was working off of, like the old dial-up lines, and it wasn't really functioning very well, but the technology was really interesting, and it took a long time for them to really refine it to a point that the
I
majority people
guess.
just kind of accept it, and also just that's the new norm, that you do that. Downloading from the internet. We remember discs. Remember game discs.
I remember 5.5-inch floppies.
I remember 5.5-inch floppies too, and you put them in, and the little math muncher came along and crunched all of the little guys.
And then you lost all of your system hardware.
You lost all of your system hardware, and you died of dysentery.
Perfect.
Yeah. The difference is, when I'm looking at what they have listed for streaming services, is that it does seem like it's pretty much broken down into two different categories. You have the ones that are built to stream over your home network, so those are the ones that you actually download directly to your computer, and you just need to have the service. Or the ones that actually stream over the internet, and depending on what kind of output they're looking at, you could be talking about anywhere from 5 megabits to like maybe 30. Depending on what you're looking at. 30 in any resolution when parsec, and technically Stadia would require a 30 megabit for their 4K in 60 frames per second.
Wow.
That's also a problem, is because there's a lot of places in the country where you don't have that kind of internet speed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Would hate to live there.
there's some internet deserts out there, folks. A lot of
And real deserts, too.
And there's not very good internet in those deserts at all.
Just locally sourced 5G cactus.
Have you ever played any games over cloud gaming?
No.
No. Okay. I've played a few, but the only reason why I did, this is the only reason why I did. I have my Xbox, and I have my PC, and occasionally I wanted to see if I could play the PC game with my current game that I was already playing on Xbox. So like Wasteland 3 is a good example of that. I was playing it on Xbox One, and I was like, well, okay, but I have the PC and I have Ultimate Game Pass, so why don't I just... They'll offer the cloud gaming, and you can just jump into your game immediately. You don't have to download it. You can play it over cloud, and you can play with your current game saves for what you had on the Xbox One. So I was like, okay, that's cool, because now I actually have the hardware to like play this a lot faster. Load screens are a lot shorter, and I can pick up where I left off in the game.
Yeah.
Those are really the only times that I tried to do the cloud gaming, because if there was an option like with the Xbox Play Anywhere titles where you can just pick up your game from anything that's on your account, I download the game entirely because it plays better. So, I'm not really sold on it, just because I think you have problems with some of the network's connectivity. I did get drops a couple times where the network just shut off. It's just like, no more for you. And so I feel like in its infancy, that's a problem with cloud gaming. But I understand why some people are signing up for it, because, not everybody can afford like a high-end gaming PC with their spare money.
I guess.
Yeah. I feel bad for those people. Oh, wow.
Well, I guess in the future we'll be seeing how these game streaming services do.
Yeah, and we'll see if people are really drawn to pick up Netflix specifically so they can play Teeter Up.
I'm gonna go look at a subscription right now.
That's right. That was the
but
selling.
Not really, because we already have Netflix in the house. I just don't use it.
Okay. There were so many things that you could have picked up Netflix for, Stranger Things or The Witcher or anything like that. But no, actually, Teeter Up. That was the selling. That was the straw.
Only thing I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, 17 Stranger Things games.
17, yeah, exactly. More than any of the amount of seasons that it will have.